your life through music therapy. Give it a try and you'll surely see life is symbolized by the life tree. And truly happy you will be. I was in pain and now I'm free. Helped me by music therapy. Now I am truly happy. So my expression is truly free. Music therapy, happy you will be. Music therapy, of pain I'm now free. Music therapy, happy you will be. Music therapy, in pain I am now free. So listen closely and listen to me. Your life is better with music therapy. It works, trust me, you will see. Your life is better with music therapy.
Thank you, Robbie Stingle. Robbie Stingle rocks. My good friend Robbie. Amazing song that he wrote for the show.
Yeah.
Right? How you doing, Janice?
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
All right, that's it. No more use of the clapping machine. But guess what I got for you, Janice?
What's that?
Batteries.
L44, right? Something like that.
Right, something like
L44.
that. Yeah. Well, welcome everyone to the Music is Therapy show. Thank you, Charles and Seth, for sending over some people from your show. I'm sure people are jumping in. There's Charles, 75N. Thank you very much. I lied about I'm going to keep using the clapping machine. Why not? I lied. And we've got Megatod 707 also in here. What's up? Paul McNary also in the house. So if anyone is new to this show, this is Music Therapy Laz. That's what I go by here on YouTube, aka Laz. And high school nickname that stuck with me. Janice Lalla, my co-hostess with the mostest, who's got the phone handy there so she can see what's going on the YouTube side of the world, right?
Right.
And she's also a moderator, which means behave. I still haven't unblocked people. I have no time for stuff. I was able to get another package out, Janice, but I still haven't sent yours, so I still have to send your package and Patty Dill's package too. And I think William DeSalva, Salva or Silva. I always say it wrong now because Johnny always says William DeSalva. I think it's De Silva. It's clearly an I. It's clearly an I there, not an A.
Silva.
But
Silva.
anyway, Silva. You know what Silva is in Hungarian? It's plum. Silva.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I love plums. Anyway, what's up, everybody? It's Music Therapy Labs here with Janice and all of you fine people in the chat. I like to refer to as the chatsters sometimes. We are continuing on with this saga of the Music is Therapy show. I love this show because this is really something that's more dear to my heart, which is wanting to help people and being involved in helping people through whatever means. But music, of course, is like also very, true to who I am. Like this part of what I am is I guess a musician. I call myself like an instrumentalist or a musician because I play musical instruments. And I've been playing musical instruments since I can remember, and I've always had a knack for it. I guess I was drawn to music, and one of the things I think I've always found very helpful throughout my life, having music as something to go to, especially as a person playing music. And that's something else we can talk about too, outside of just how does music help you, deal with the feelings of loneliness. Somewhat related to some of the other topics in the show, but we'll continue to break down these topics, into finer and finer detail. Because part of what people experience as loneliness can also lead to depression, or they can be combining anxiety. A lot of times when you're hanging out with friends and having a good time, you don't feel anxious for the most part, right? If you feel comfortable in the environment, in the group of friends you're with, right? And music often is one of those connecting things, one of those phenomenons, if we want to call it, of life, right? That we're able to use to connect with others, right, Janice? How many friends have you made through music that you? Yeah, I mean, probably can't count, but
All of them practically right now.
yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
much all of
absolutely,
them.
right, right. I mean, can you imagine being together with someone that hated the kind of music you like, and you didn't
Oh,
like
I would
the kind
have
of
a
music that
real problem
so that
because
could lead to
I am
loneliness.
I am all blamaged out.
Yeah, you're all
I
blamaged.
mean, oh my God,
Yeah, we gotta talk about that, right? You got
yeah.
something to share in regards to that. But I know for a fact that Janice and I have often talked about, relationship things, and how, music and our interest in music definitely can draw us closer together. But sometimes, music can also divide, and it can be a dividing thing too, or it can sometimes be a refuge, so being lonely or being alone are two different things, but sometimes it's good to be alone too,
Yep.
what they say about distance makes the heart grow fonder, right?
I've got so many things going on this phone right now. You have no idea.
Well, why don't you want to share something right now, or you
Oh
want to wait till
no.
more people
We'll
pop
wait.
into the chat?
We'll wait. We'll wait.
We'll wait a little bit. All right. Michael B also here saying hi, all listening and working. Right on, Michael. On a Sunday. That's great. I'm not sure what you're working on a Sunday, buddy, but hopefully it's you have some other days or times off, right? And yeah, rock and roll, right? Rock and roll is good for the soul, right? Hey, what's up, Blackjack Guitar? Saying hi to Janice and me in the chatsters. Howdy. Yeah, howdy. Howdy to you as well. So we've got 10 people in the chat so far, and I really do need to try to, find the time or make the time to plan these things a little bit more ahead, so we're not like putting the show together last minute. But boy, I tell you, I squeeze so much into this life. I'm okay. The game developing. Good for you, man. Yeah, we've got to talk about that, by
Hmm.
the way. I gotta kind of get you to help me out if you have time. I was talking about my game again last night, the game idea that I had with my friends yesterday, and they were saying, "Damn, that sounds like that'd be a great game," But anyway, but we'll go into that some other time in the future. But that's also something that I always wondered about with gamers, is that being alone in a room, are you really alone? When you're gaming, and a lot of them are gaming online. It's not just them and a machine and combating machine. They're actually more people that are gamers today are not gamers like when I was a kid playing games. We used to play, switch off and see who beats whose score and that kind of thing. But today the gaming is much more social. It's people are out there online playing games online and being social
We play
within the
tic
game.
tac toe on paper.
Back in the day, right?
Yeah, and games in card games and solitaire
Hmm. Yeah, my mom loves solitaire. It's like a game that she enjoys to play when she's alone, when
with the
she just
cards.
wants a
So
break from everyone else, when she wants to get away. She used to tell me the story that she used to lock herself in the bathroom to read so she can have a little time out from the craziness of in a family. And music is a very, really, really wonderful a way to express ourselves, but it's also a good escape. I've mentioned that many times in this show, that being the oldest of four, siblings, and then of 10 cousins, and we'd get together sometimes, and sometimes I just wanted to escape from it all, and I would go right to the piano, because the piano was a solitary, you couldn't really have two people playing on it at the same time. I mean, you could, but it was usually kind of a goofing around kind of a thing. Oh, here's this. This is for you, Janice. Oh no, I just put in the new batteries and it doesn't work. Oh no. Okay, so oh wait a minute. No, it's not working, even with the new batteries. So something's wrong. Something's wrong with my groaning moan machine, Janice. Sorry to
Oh,
say. I think I'm gonna have to get a new one this Halloween. Yeah, I got that at the Halloween store. You can tell by the color and the Halloween like little
so
pictures on
it's
there.
different from the regular sound machine.
Yeah, this I couldn't
Oh, I thought
find.
that was the same one.
The only other two sound machines I was able to find online were these two: the standard sound
That's the one
machine,
that Johnny's got too,
and
right?
then the alien one. The alien, I think it says poop. I don't know. Aliens, something. Yeah, this one has this sound. Hey Ryan, what's happening? Rhodey's Jam Cave also here. It's got a,
Oh, I like that in my brain.
this is the
That was cool.
last night I had a few things in my brain. Boy, I tell you. No, we had a fun time. So music again. I almost was going to use a different picture for the thumbnail, but I used that picture of the Buddha bronze statue that was at the tea garden, or I guess they call it the Japanese tea garden in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. It's one of my favorite places to go when I'm in the city and in the park, especially. Very serene, peaceful, beautiful place. Lots of koi, big koi swimming around, and beautiful, architecture, of course. And it's just so peaceful being in there, right? And we went there before we went to my buddy Jack the Rabbit's friend who was singing with her band. They were doing like folk, American kind of folk music, playing about an hour long set out in the grass. I can show you guys a quick
When was
picture.
this?
Yesterday. So it's Brent's
Oh,
birthday
wow.
tomorrow. Octopus Ears, my buddy Brent. It's his
Right.
birthday tomorrow, and he wanted to do something for his birthday. And we were thinking about I was going to go up and play golf, maybe with him up there in Sacramento or something like that. But then we decided, my buddy Jack the Rabbit, I reached out and hey, what's been going on with you and blah blah blah. And he says, hey, my
Nice.
friend is singing and her band is playing in Golden Gate Park on Saturday. So I asked Brent, hey, you want to go down for that, and check that out? And he's like, yeah, anything. That sounds good. So we ended up he came over to my place, and then I also included my cousin Aniko to come with us. And so we had a really great time. Let me get to some pictures here, show you guys a shot or two. So here was the band that was playing. Let me just show it like this. I didn't have time to download these onto the computer, but there they are. The guy's playing a
Oh, nice.
D'Angelico, some kind of a D'Angelico like DC, kind of like the blue one I have, but that one had more like a tailpiece type bridge, not the kind like I have. The lady over there also sang, playing like that kind of
I
more
like that thing.
the drum, kind of more of
How was
a
that?
traditional, I guess, folk kind of a drum thing. Oh, it was fantastic. Then this guy was playing an acoustic there. Sometimes he had a 12 string, and the bass player was playing a really interesting parts guitar. He says, but I think it's like a Warmoth build of sorts that has like a fretless 5 string, and it sounded great. They played it amazing. And here she is singing. I forget her name suddenly, but she's a really nice lady. Yeah, it was really a nice set. So in Golden Gate Park, and that's us. So there's Brent, of course. There's me there, Brent, Octopus Ears, as you know him. My buddy Jack the Rabbit, he remains anonymous, and Aniko. I always want to say Iliko, Aniko or Anchi, as we like to call her, my cousin, visiting from Hungary. Yeah, and it was like on this beautiful little grassy hill there,
Nice.
back behind Stowe Lake, which you can look up on if you Google map the Golden Gate Park. You can find Stowe Lake. But see, they had these chairs set up. They even had these like kind of like plasticky blankets all around, and people could just spread out and just enjoy the music. So that's one of the things I love about San Francisco and the Bay Area is there's all kinds of free events constantly going on. Hey, Wayne McConnell, what's up, dude? Saying hi, guys, everybody. Oh, I don't know about that, Ryan. I was talking about that if I'm live, if we happen to go live when we're out and about. But yeah, there was no real decent connection anywhere out there, and we just preferred to kind of like just stay private and just enjoy our time together. Sometimes you gotta just give the YouTube a break, right? Yeah. But yeah, showed Brent a really good time for his birthday. We after the park, then oops, I bumped my computer. After the park, we went to grab something. We were looking for a coffee house or something to have some coffee, right? And we tried to find something more like a local spot or something, but a lot of them shut down, which is really sad. One place had closed like right before we got there, so that was too bad. It was like a roastery, so we ended up at Starbucks, which is fine. We just had a Starbucks. I had one of the pumpkin spice lattes, and then after that, the sun was going down, and we were just asking Brent, "What do you want to do?" And he's like, "I don't know, whatever." And Aniko wanted to go see the sunset, so we went to see the sunset. It was already pretty much set by then, but the sky still looked beautiful. The haze in the sky wasn't as bad. Hey, Robbie, what's up, dude? I played your song at the beginning, as always, bro. I love that song, man. Right on. Yeah, we saw the haze had been dissipating some, which was nice. The air was a little more clear. And so we went to the Beach Chalet, which is a really fancy, nice restaurant out on Pacific Coast Highway, right in front of the beach. What's called not Baker's Beach, Ocean Beach. And I've done many a bonfire party out there. I can't even count how many times I've had a bonfire party out there, because they do allow you to have a little bonfire on the beach at Ocean Beach, which is really kind of cool. So, we're watching a bunch of people out there with their bonfires, with their little groups, and I always took a guitar with me. I had this beater guitar that I always take with me for these like campfire side kind of like hangouts, right? And parties. It's always, music is like is a great way to connect with each other. And so to get into the topic of loneliness, right? I can't imagine any more adept type of therapy, or whatever you want to call it. What thing can connect people more quickly and easily compared to music, right? And if you're lonely, sometimes going out to a live musical setting of some sort, even in our local town here, they have live music at some places, is a great way to connect with other people, and there's no better way to break free of your feelings of loneliness than to connect with other people. But sometimes people aren't ready for that, and music can be a very consoling type of a thing as well, right? If you're missing someone, sometimes helping you go through that missing of that person is listening to some of the music that you used to share, right? Right, Janice?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead.
I was just thinking about how we were talking about, the song and everything, and how there's love that's love that it is by Bill Marsh. How that thing really told us whole story of a few months ago.
So you want to go elaborate some more?
No, I can't really do that all. It's just too. It would be too public.
Too personal.
It would be too public.
Yeah, and personal, right? I mean, one of the other nice things about music is that it allows you to connect, even reflect and observe, your own feelings, and reflect upon your own feelings, and also reflect upon, friendships and life experiences. And music can help you do that in a soothing way. Sometimes that can really be helpful, right?
Right.
To help you sometimes accept sometimes the loneliness.
This song says about how it really is, and then what you wish it could be, and it was like really telling of the the story that I was unfolding in my life at that one particular point,
Right.
and so I kind of like came to terms with what was going on, and so then I just gave in to the beauty of the song,
Right.
and how I expanded it to the 5 songs on that album, Blamage, Mons 2. And it's like it was like a really engrossing experience for me to really be singing these songs, and to really get my emotions out by singing these songs, and it's like it did so much for me. And I did some more research about this band, and I swear, I mean, this band has
Now you're
done.
in.
I am totally in.
You're
And
deep.
I've totally dedicated my whole entire life to this band right now. And I'm
Wow.
sorry for everybody who I'm not watching their videos. And I'm it's like I just can't think of anything else but listening to this band's music. And it's
Right.
like I want to be them. I want to be with them. And I have this letter that I want to send to the singer, to the composer, the everything of this band. And if you give me a chance to, I can read it off
Yeah. Why don't we do that?
right now.
Yeah. You set it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me solo you. Here we go.
So this goes to Neil Arthur of the band Blamage. And I don't know how I'm going to get it to him. I think I might just have to do the Facebook Messenger for his band. Okay, it goes like this. I hope by now you might have seen and remembered comments that I have made on your posts and videos to recognize who I am. I want you to know how much I enjoy everything that you have done with your music. I remember hearing your songs on our local new wave station here in my New York area of WLIR WDRE 92.7 FM. And when the album was released, I bought it back in 1984, and I did have a emotional issue several months ago, and well, use the first side of Launch 2 as therapy because so many things rang out true in your words. Eventually, everything got okay with it, but now I appreciate the wonderfulness of these songs. I sing along with the vinyl, and this is one of the reasons why I am writing to you. I want to sing them on stage with you, or somehow.
Oh, wow. That would be amazing.
I also want to be able to use these songs in an open jam environment with your songs as my backdrop. I want to know if you would give me permission to do so. Additionally, I would like to know if you would ever come to the U.S. and do some concerts close to me here in the New York, Connecticut area. I know of some places where you would do very well at. And after I discovered Waves, the song Waves on your YouTube channel, I had to buy the album that it came with, the Happy Families. And through the research, I discovered your other creations. I bought the Monster CD, the Happy Families CD, the Wanderlust CD, and the Believe You Me vinyl. Everything else that I have heard is what I watch on YouTube, and that's really not in your best interest, because you're not getting any profit from that at all. I mean, off record, I've seen his social bladed, and he's not really doing all that great. So he really needs the help from the actual people that are buying their stuff. So it's like I want to honor you by buying your entire discography.
Wow.
Entire. Do you know of an easy way that I want to do?
Are you buying that on vinyl, or how is it available?
Everything.
Oh,
everything.
Wow. You're really into this band.
In your merch store, I discovered that I have some money to spend. So money is no object. So don't feel bad about that. Please get back to me, and FYI, independently play and sing Distant Storm on the guitar. I do music too. Maybe check out my YouTube channel. Give him my name here.
Right on.
And so also, in addition, I'm playing their songs on my keyboard because this is a keyboard
Yeah.
infused band. So I mean, it's like, and also from these people, only keyboards, you're able to really know all these patterns because the keyboard is more absolute and more easy to follow because
in
you know
some
what I'm
ways
saying.
because it's linear. Yeah.
It's linear, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm doing that now, and I'm also playing my drum machine with them too. So I'm perfect for them. I
That's
mean,
awesome.
I can go on stage. I can play the keyboard. I can play the drums, and I can sing everything that he wants to sing.
Wow. So look at
So
this. So Blackjack Guitar says, Janice, have you thought of transposing some of those songs to guitar?
that's
That
what I'm
would be
doing.
awesome.
That's
And
what I'm
what she's
doing.
doing, right? Yeah.
Right. So I have, and there's a couple of songs that he has these words that I never knew what was going on.
Well,
So
look at this real quick. Look at this comment too. Did you look to see if they have a fan club? And
well,
if not, why not create one?
there's a group on Facebook.
There is. Okay,
And within 3 days, I was already the top contributor.
Wow. Within 3 days. Wow. So
within
you're
3 days.
obviously you're a huge fan and
Yeah.
they probably know you by now,
Right.
So hey, Metal Hippie, I just want to say hi to him too. He's here. He's saying,
okay,
hey
sure.
folks. And Metal Hippie, we got to get you on the show at some point.
Yes, absolutely.
Down the road, but it might be after I come back from the trip to, Europe and the Middle East that we're going to. So hopefully we make it back and we can continue on with all these shows. But so I wanted to ask you this, Janice. So connecting to, emotionally and whatnot, and with experience, you have experiential connection, like you share some of the same kind of feelings and emotions and experiences with what this guy's writing about in his music.
Yes.
And that's, I think, one of the ways many people do break through their feelings of loneliness is by finding connection with others through, how many times we've heard a song or somebody said like, oh, I didn't know anyone else felt that way, but then I heard this song and then I know other people obviously feel the same way as I do, and then they feel less lonely because they feel less like it's only me that's suffering from these things, and a lot of times that's one of the things about loneliness and depression and all that can lead to anxiety and other kinds of problems, right? Is feeling alone and feeling like no one else could possibly know what I'm going through. Music is one of the fastest ways. Hey, Cece's also here. Tim Thomas also here. What's up, dude? Saying hi to everybody. Music is one of the fastest way that people find connection with others, especially about pain or suffering they're going through. And loneliness is one of those things related to, the loss of someone as either a friend or just not having someone in your life that you can, connect with personally. And music can be like that personal friend. Like there's a quote here that I wanted to share with you guys that I found a bunch of quotes online. I did look up some studies. There were some interesting studies about, all this, this very topic. But one interesting quote I found was, music and headphones are only my best friends when I'm alone. So obviously this person is talking about this. This is from the Minds Journal, talking about how, we have friends and we're not lonely necessarily when we're with our friends, right? But when we're alone and sometimes we don't have a friend to be around, sometimes your best friend can be music, right?
Yes, and it's so funny because I mean, I'm so vocal about this. Like with the headphones on, I'm in the store and I'm singing along with the records while
As you're
in
shopping.
the aisle. I'm shopping, and nobody's hearing what I'm singing with.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and they must go like, wow, this lady's a really happy lady, and then you might actually spread some happiness that way.
The people at this cashier now are understanding that I'm listening to this music, and they're giving me hands instead of talking to me now.
Right. Now, that's another thing that helps with loneliness is getting someone talking with someone else and getting out and meeting people,
And it keeps me company.
Yeah. And a lot of times music will help us connect with other people when we're otherwise too shy. How often will you just go up to any stranger and start talking to them about something? Rarely, right? However, when you're in a context of sharing something like music together, especially something that moves you emotionally and even physically, right? You feel already more connected to that other person because they're sharing in the same thing that you're enjoying. And next thing you know, you feel a lot more comfortable to just open conversation. And
It's great.
one of
Yes,
the number one ways of like deterring loneliness or feelings of loneliness is having communications with people. So like, like when you go to the store, you have your headphones on and you're just doing your own thing, and that's one thing that keeps you from being lonely. Another way is to actually like connect with people like wherever you go. Like you could even I'm a big talker, as you know. You all know. And one of the reasons
everything
why
is
I like to talk
connected.
is connecting with people. I like to connect,
There's a song. They have a song called "Everything Is Connected,"
right? Yeah.
and it's you would want to listen to that one. Did I? I don't think I sent that one to you. Did you listen to
No.
those
Yeah.
songs I sent?
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, yeah. The only problem was I was trying to find them on YouTube links so that I can actually listen to them with the phone in my pocket off, with the screen off. That's why I pay
Yeah,
for YouTube, so I can do that. So I can, because I always have so much stuff I have to do that I
right,
don't, I can't just sit there and watch the stuff unless I'm doing it during breakfast or something like that,
correct.
and then that's not every day. So that I can do that. But yeah, but Robbie got his, hey, you guys, check this out. Robbie got his massive gong stand. I'm very happy about that. Right on, Robbie.
Terrific.
Did it. So that means Sunday Sounds with the giant gong, or is that next week? Probably. Dude, I can't wait to hear that thing. Yeah, right
I think
on.
I'm 2 Sundays behind.
Right. So, and I think Robbie's another guy out there that I think music and connecting with a lot of people out here
Right.
through these channels, Johnny Bean's channel and other channels, Metal and Hippies channel, my channel, so many other channels I'm sure he watches, that he got connected through music with other people. And that probably definitely helped with possibly his feelings of loneliness too, right? Because there's nothing worse than that. Is when you feel alone and no one else knows how you feel and all that. And so music is one of the best ways to break through that. So let me share this other thing here too. This is another quote by somebody. I'm going to say who it was afterwards, but let it sink in for a minute. Music was my refuge. I could crawl into the space between the notes and curl my back to loneliness. Maya Angelou. Yeah, you can imagine how music helps so many people through suffering of all kinds, but feeling like you're the only one. You know that song by the Beatles too, right? One is the only number, right?
That's like Three Dog Night or
The
somebody like
loneliest
that.
number, right?
That's like Three Dog Night or somebody like
Oh,
that.
that's right. That's not the Beatles. Sorry.
One of them guys.
Oh my God, that's funny. Totally misquoted that. I was trying to remember off the top of my head here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Robbie, you have
Let's
talked
check
to
it
me.
out.
Robbie, you can talk to me anytime. You got my number, right? Gong still what is it, 2.5 months away. Oh, they're still being made. Oh, I see. Okay, so the stand is ready though, right? Okay. Cece says that they're rained out over there. It's a good thing, I guess. I threw my back out. And yo, man, you're laid up again. Well, turn on some happy music, dude. Right? Yeah, as my guitar gently weeps. That's a good like lonely sounding kind of song, right? But one of the things about listening to music that's why I kind of posed the question in the thumbnail. Does music help with loneliness, or does it?
Yeah, Three
How
Dog
music
Night.
helps? Yeah, Three Dog
Three
Night.
Dog Night.
Good. Man, you remembered. Ryan Hall remembers
No,
too.
I just AI'd
Look
it.
it up. Okay, well, you said it before and then you just double checked it.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. But Ryan says, yeah, Three Dog Night. Yeah. So loneliness is one of those kinds of things that, sometimes it's good to be, like I was saying, reflective and tune into yourself a little bit, disconnect a little bit. My sweetie's good at that. She likes to meditate, and I do that kind of thing too. I have my own form of meditation that I do. Sometimes we meditate together. Um, but being alone and loneliness are two different things. So you could be alone and not feel lonely at all, right? You can be in the middle of the desert alone and not have feelings of loneliness, because
Right
you
here,
have like
right
a
here.
connection, right, with others, and most importantly with yourself. Knowing thine own self is a big part of that. But it's also very natural and normal to have feelings of loneliness, especially if we lost someone or missed someone. Like, how many friends do you have that you're out of touch with now? And I miss some of my friends too that I'm not in as regular contact with. But whenever we see each other, we don't feel like so much time passed by. Even though maybe years can have gone by, we still feel like, hey, we're the same friends we were when we last talked or whatever. And not being in touch doesn't mean that we don't care. We all live very busy lives sometimes, right? Oh, Hobo Rody has something to say. Let's see what he's saying here. So music was useful for me because I could hang out with people and then not talk to them because it was too effing loud. That way I don't say stupid stuff that people don't like me for. Getting by. And that's
It's like
okay too. I mean,
it's like going to a movie for a date, so you don't have to talk because you have to watch the movie. It's just same as the music, right?
yeah, right.
You can't
right.
talk because the music's too loud. You can't talk because the music is going on. So same thing.
Yeah. It's a different kind of connecting. So sometimes we're
Yeah.
communicating through words, but sometimes we communicate in other ways. And sometimes those other ways of communicating can even be more deep, when you're sharing, you know, particular songs or music or something, and you look over at your friend and they just look back at you and you're like, oh, and that there's a connection you make,
Even
through
if
the
you just
song
met
even,
that guy, even if you just met that person because
right?
you knew that you both knew that song from 20 years ago, and it's still in your head, and it's a communication tool that's really great because you have the same music in your head, and it's like,
Right. Now you guys know who this guy is, right? Hold on, let me pop this
you
in.
know what I'm saying, right, guys?
That was the statue at the Golden Gate Park too. Oops. The American Red Cross wants my platelets. I gotta turn that off. I can't do that until I'm back from my trip. Oops. Let's see. Let me get back to my picture here. So Beethoven. Now you've heard the song Moonlight Sonata, right?
Yes.
Right. Is there anything more lonely sounding and sad than that song? Right. And I think that was at a time when he was probably losing his hearing,
Vanilla Fudge
and
had that.
and he was
Vanilla Fudge.
expressing that feeling through, what was it about Vanilla Fudge?
That was the beginning of their album, wasn't it?
Oh, I
Vanilla
don't know.
Fudge.
I don't know.
You keep me hanging
I don't.
on.
I can't recall that song, Vanilla Fudge. It's probably before my time. Though I know a lot of music from the past as well, but
Vanilla Fudge, I was
yeah.
like eighth grade,
Oh, okay.
ninth grade.
Sounds familiar though. I've heard of the band. Yeah. But point being is that that entire piece is a very sad piece, right? And it's almost angry in parts. And I think that was a time when he was losing his hearing. And you can imagine that as a composer of music, and especially back then in those days, how critical people were, right? Even today they're critical, but to be a known composer back then and being deaf, people would have thought, oh, there's no way this guy's ever going to write anything um you know worth listening to again. He's deaf now, right? Oh yeah, there you go. Right on. I'll have to look that up now. The point being is that the feeling of loneliness and loss that you can feel through that song, right? But then he overcame it with his Ninth Symphony, which was probably his greatest masterpiece of all time. And if you listen to that piece has nothing but the feeling of celebration and feeling of almost like beauty and joy. Life is there, and you can imagine it's out there for you, and it's wonderful and beautiful with all its good and bad parts. And I think that's one of the things that Beethoven did so well in expressing himself through music. And that has a lot to say about like how music helps in some ways with loneliness, right? It can help us break through that feeling by connecting. Okay, you listen to the sad songs, and sometimes that'll help you kind of absorb it and deal with it, cry a little, let it out, and then, and then put on a happy face. Remember that song? Put on a happy face. So there's ways that songs can help you get through those feelings of loneliness, sadness, but at the same time help you not only like absorb it, but also cathartically like get through it, right?
Right.
So Robbie says I'd go with the six pastoral. Okay, there you go. Yeah, right on. Getting all classical on us, Robbie. I love it. I love you, dude. Ode to Joy. Yes, indeed. Right, Hobo Roadie. Yeah. So, Roll Over Beethoven by ELO. I remember that
No,
song.
this is For Elise Moonlight Sonata, song by
Yeah.
Vanilla Fudge. Right here.
Interesting. For at least Moonlight Sonata. So they combined the two pieces somehow.
Yes.
I'd have to check that out. Yeah. So CC has a nice little quote. He says, "My pops used to say, you die with one friend, you died with more than most." So you die with one friend, you died with more than most. Okay. So in other words, if you die and you only have one friend in life, you died with more than most people have. Like some people don't have even one friend. That's sad. I hope that's not true. CC. I hope you don't go out that way. Anyway, yeah. Honestly, I think that's one of the wonderful things about this YouTube kind of this way of expressing ourselves out into the world through YouTube. The name of it is like YouTube, but should have been called UsTube. Because it's more about us than about like you or you as an individual, right? It's more UsTube. That's what I like to call it. Anyway, but yeah, man. I need the iconic smiley face logo on it. I did the questioning one today. I'm like, is music good or bad for loneliness? Because, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people listen to classical music is probably one of the number one choices of music, or country music probably would lead you there to, I'm just kidding. When people end their lives purposefully, suicide. And a lot of people use music, when they're ending their lives as a way to help them through that, which sounds crazy, but you know, when people do commit that ultimate end, um, it can be probably the ultimate feeling of loneliness and disconnection to life in the world, to others, and I think it's one of the saddest things, but so many people, because of depression and anxiety and other things, just can't find relief. And I would say, reach out and connect with people, and connecting through sharing music is probably one of the best things out there, right? You want numbers, Laz? Nah, that's okay. You can share that. I mean, there's so much great music out there. I can't even recall exactly which piece is the sixth pastoral, but I'm sure it's beautiful. I think I know which one it is. I'm thinking of it in my mind right now, but it's hard to recall. Yeah, I haven't heard that in a while. But yeah, but YouTube, one of the wonderful things about us connecting on YouTube out here is, through music we're connected. And that connection can definitely lead to having less thoughts and feelings of loneliness and anxiety and all those things, right? Wouldn't you agree? Janice
Yeah.
she's over
I
there
don't know. Just
looking at the chat.
I'm trying to connect on YouTube over here.
Yeah,
it's
she's
telling
connecting
me
on
like
YouTube. You see. So
it says,
so what else, you guys?
there we
Does
go.
anyone
I
else
got
have
it.
something to share about when it comes to how you've like dealt with loneliness in your time? Like, I could share this. Like, when we moved from California to Colorado, we moved from a very bustling, busy suburban area of San Mateo, California. I used to ride my bike to school sometimes, and to meet my friend Corey in Burlingame, where we went to St. Catherine's Catholic school at the time. And we have very busy lives. I mean, four siblings. I'm the oldest. We were always getting in trouble and having fun and doing fun things together, right? But when we moved up to the mountains of Colorado and Evergreen, we lived on a 4.5 acre, piece of land, and there was nobody around for farthest. It was just the four of us, and then we also had our stepsister Mary, who my mom adopted, and she was like this big sister I never had that kind of always watched after us when my mom was at work and whatnot. But it was us five up there on the mountain sometimes, and it could be kind of lonely. So we definitely connected a lot with each other through music. She was sharing the first time I ever heard Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album from start to finish was through her, and it was awesome to experience and connect with her that way. She was away from her family too. We were far away from all of our cousins and our family here in California, and the school that we went to, we got into midway through the semester. Not even midway through the semester. I think it was close to, yeah, it was after Christmas already. I think it was probably in February or something like that we moved to Colorado. But it was snowing, and all the like picturesque loneliness things. And we didn't even have TV connection up there for whatever reason. We didn't have TV up there, so my mom used to read out of books. But one thing we had is our record players and our cassette players, the radio, and we definitely connected through music, and went down to the music store, the record store. And I remember meeting somebody down at the record store that I saw at school, and I'm like, hey, we just start talking about music because I bought a couple albums. you know yeah, sounds like paradise to you, right? Seems to me. No neighbors, sounds good to me. And that's the thing, is sometimes you need to break away. I think that's why people go on vacations too, because even though you might be amongst many other people on a vacation, you might still just be with your significant other if you're going just as a couple, or with a group. Like we're going with a group of 6 people total, which is going to be really great, hanging out together. But my mom, she did a lot of things right. She had really good intuition and was a very well read person. So she had read a lot by the age, that she had kids and all. She had read a lot of the classics, and I think reading definitely does help to have a better connection to each other and understand the world. But when it comes to loneliness, music, I think, is one of the best ways to overcome that feeling. And sometimes it's the best way to, get down deep inside yourself too, and be alone sometimes when you need to, because that's a good thing too. Yeah. So Pain Neighbor, hey, what's up, dude? He has something to say here. In some rehabs, no music is allowed because it can trigger a relapse, right? So there you go. So that's why I also put that in the thumbnail. Like, is music a good idea? Can it be harmful maybe in some ways to how your emotional state can be? It can sometimes trigger, thoughts and feelings that can remind you of unhappy times too. How many times has a song come on, Janice, right? That takes you back right to that breakup or that lonely time or whatnot.
Yep.
And not everyone is prepared emotionally and mentally to handle those things sometimes. So definitely, and I think that's part of the reason why sometimes you hear, like in hospitals and places, they don't have music in the background. There isn't music going on, right? It's just quiet for that exact reason, right? Yeah. So in Robbie's opinion, all the music I write definitely helps me for sure. So expressive. Exactly. That's the next thing I wanted to come to. Perfect, segue, is that listening to music is one way to connect, but I'll tell you, there's no even more deeper way to connect with people than actually playing music together. Right, Janice?
I don't know. I'm still trying to achieve that goal.
Well, I mean, let me ask it to you this way. When you just go to one of these open mic jams or whatever, and you just participate as a listener, how much different do you feel compared to when you actually sit up and play along with some others and jam with them? don't you feel more connected to the band and the music and the people out there enjoying the music when you're actually participating as a player?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems obvious, right? It's like, yeah, of course. Of course,
But
and
but but you know, I mean, no matter how many open mics I go to and everything, I'm still coming home empty-handed without a connection.
well, not a personal connection like one
Well,
on one, right?
well, music connection. I mean, that like for me, go to the open mics is like go to work.
Oh, really? Okay. So when you go to the open mics, you haven't like connected with anyone there that you then played at some other venue or some other like you haven't made like a band
I mean,
connection or
actually, say, let's get together musically. Let's go to the studio together or something like that. Like,
right.
come jam in my house, or I'd like to develop some more interest in what you're doing. So, like, let's get together and talk, or I'll come jam with you, or stuff like that.
Mm.
But I'm still waiting for that to happen. That's
Yeah,
lonely. That's really lonely.
right. Yeah.
Going home empty-handed.
Right. But while you're there listening to music, you don't feel as lonely. So when the music is happening, at least then
Yes,
you're not lonely, right?
right.
So if you
Then
never
it stopped.
went, you'd even be more lonely, right? Because they wouldn't even have that connection, right? And that's kind of what
Well,
I'm saying.
yeah,
At least it kind of uh, for a little while anyway, it makes you feel good, be connected with others. So Robbie also says something here too about the expression of music. All the music I write definitely helps with expression for sure. But then he wrote something else. Did you take it down? What happened? Oh, that was Paint Neighbor. Okay, sorry. Paint Neighbor says, or you can be so happy that you want to party too hard. That does sometimes happen, right? You can get lost in it, right? Oh, that's nice. Oh, the city was a bad influence on you, CC. You know, yeah, I think different people, different strokes for different folks. I mean, I love the hustle and bustle of the city, but I do enjoy living out in the suburbs. So, it's nice to visit it, right? Right. But Robbie could say that he can definitely see not playing Coldplay. Okay, for that I have to hit this button. Yeah. I like all kinds of good music. I think Coldplay, they're in itself they're very good musicians and I think I saw them live with my friend Heather because she wanted to go. So we went and saw them at Levi Stadium, um, the home of the 49ers. But yeah, but music is definitely one way that you can connect with others. But like what you're saying is that, well, but maybe it's fleeting, right? That connection and that emotional connection that you're getting is fleeting.
yes.
Why did you move it more onto the ceiling, Janice?
I was just trying to figure out a way for better vision.
Oh, for you to see better. Yeah, I
Yeah, to
hear
see
you.
better.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It didn't work.
Well, this way we see you better, not just your head. Like, anyway, but yeah, what else can we say about loneliness? You know, I say get out there. I think one of the things that's best about, and you see that I do that quite a bit, right? And it's not because I'm lonely per se, but maybe that's why I don't have, feelings of loneliness. Um, I love people. And I think maybe the reason why I love people is that I've had so many experiences exposed to so many different people and have had a lot of different people exchange experiences. Like I've moved a lot around in my life. I've traveled to different foreign countries and connected with people from different places and understood. I've read a lot. I've in my earlier years, especially on up into my 20s and 30s, I've read so many books. I've read so much, and then I wanted to go out and experience that stuff that I was reading a lot about, and definitely music is one of my most favorite ways of connecting with other people. And like what we experienced yesterday, you know going to see our friend Jack the Rabbit's friend sing, connected us together and new friends were made, right? So that's the thing that helps with I think with loneliness is connection with others, and music is one of the best ways to connect with other people, right? Yeah, and see, this is like what Robbie's saying, right? Sometimes loneliness inspires great composition, right? You can experience the feelings, you can express it through music, and music is one of the best ways to express your feelings, right? Hey, Hip Metalworks, what's up, dude? Oh, well, there's the knock on the door. Okay, honey, you're 1 minute early. I challenged her that she always says, I'm going to knock on the door at the end of the hour. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you always say, but you never do. But I said, okay, this time, let's see if it really happens. So she actually knocked on the door exactly at right before, like, as my clock turned 11 o'clock here in California, 11 a.m. in California. I don't know where all you guys are from, but some of you, I do know where you are. But
It's
yeah,
two here.
Janice. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock there, exactly. So 3 hour difference because you're in where? Tell everybody.
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
But I'm originally from Fort Chester, New York.
Port Chester. There you go. Right on.
Here's where here's where Connecticut starts, right here.
Oh wow. Okay, right there.
Yeah,
Wow. Right next to it.
it's like
Right on. Knock 3 times says Robbie. Knock knock. That's funny, right? So I've got to go, you guys. A lot of things to do, but we had a wonderful day yesterday, hanging out with friends and celebrating with music and other things too. Saw some great sights. Even went to the beach chalet and watched, as the sun had set, watched the sky change, and then went back to Jack the Rabbit's house where we broke out some acoustic guitars and played some music, which was really nice. We did go to what's that place called? Real Guitars. We did go to Real Guitars as well. Oh, it's 2 o'clock over there in Ontario. Ontario. How do you say it? Ontario, right?
Ontario.
Ontario.
Well, that's if you're from New York. That's if you're from New York.
Ontario, New York.
Ontario.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah, you guys want to meet the boss lady sometime. That's never going to happen, you guys. She's like, I mean, Phil McKnight's wife is way more involved than she's ever going to be. She's more like Johnny Bean's wife. You're never going to see her on YouTube ever. I think maybe you might have seen her here and there by accident. She's in this picture right there. You'll have to zoom in on that, but it's probably blurry. Anyway, but yeah, have a great day, everybody. Leave some stories in the comments section afterwards. You guys help me out with the comments. Just go over there and hit a thumbs up. Oh yeah, hit a thumbs up on this if you don't mind. And then if you enjoy this show or enjoy these subjects talking about music as a form of therapy, right? Or just music itself, right? But I think music is therapy. It is therapy. It's wonderful. It's many other things too, but it's definitely therapy. And I really enjoy it. Trip isn't going to happen for another 2 weeks, so we still have a couple weeks here, right? So you guys will, I think the last Music is Therapy show is going to be next Sunday. The one following that, we're going to be actually flying that time. We're going to be in the air flying, right? So I won't be able to do the show because I'll be flying.
I'd like to be flying too.
Yeah. All right. Did I shoot any?
Chicago.
We didn't shoot any footage in there this time, Blackjack Guitar. We were kind of like just browsing around and hanging around and looking at some guitars. I did play that. They still have that Gibson, that vintage 66 E335 there. That's just calling my name, but yeah, it's way too expensive.
Call my name.
Yeah, everyone stay safe.
Listen to the song 22339.
Okay, this is what you want to listen to.
22339.
22339. 22339. Is that the name of the song?
Yeah.
Is that actually the name of the song?
The name of the song is 22339.
Yeah. Right.
I love it. It's great.
Right. Oh, this is funny. Cece says, Laz, I just got a brilliant idea. You can charge the renters for therapy when they complain. Yeah, I'll just go play in the backyard, free therapy. join us here at the apartments. Anyway, Martin's guitars. Oh, you mean Martin? Oh, that's Martin's guitar. Well, he wish he had that guitar. He says it was better than the 335 that he has at home, which is the best 335 he's ever played in all his life so far. This thing's got mojo all throughout it. And that's the thing. And I plugged it into a really nice little Princeton amp, a vintage. I think it was a 64 or something like that. I think it was. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. There were so many vintage amps there. It's a vintage shop. They got a lot of vintage stuff. As a matter of fact, Octopus Ears is probably trying to figure out a way right now to sell all his stuff so he can buy the Les Paul that he played there. Anyway, I better go. I'm running late. See, I'm dragging it out. But thank you guys all for coming to the show today. But definitely leave some comments. Yeah, leave some comments. In the comment section after the show too. It helps the channel grow. And share, this video and other ones that you liked. And let me know what you think of some of those other videos. If you're catching up to that or if you're new to this show. Holly Lewis, who's not here right now, she's probably busy doing something, right? She actually had the idea for why don't we talk about loneliness in music, right? So that's what we're doing. We're talking about that. So hopefully she'll rewatch the show at some point and leave a comment after the show.
Okay, CC.
Right.
Yeah.
But until next time, you guys, as I usually say on the other show, it's more gear related, right? The Gear and Demo show. The secret to tone is in your mind, but the feel comes from your heart, right? So we're talking about feelings now, right? This show is more about the feel part. Put them together, though, with friends. Make music with each other, or just put music up for others to enjoy, like Robbie does, right? Robbie's just a music making machine. That guy, awesome.
I gotta get on my game,
right? And then we want to hear you put together some blamage. What would you call it? Like you got to do your own kind of like versions of some of these. Pardon me, some of these blamage songs.
But I want his permission. That's why I want to write the letter.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The chances that you're actually going to get through to these guys are probably slim, but it would be amazing if you can. But it's admirable, to go after that. I would definitely, connect with them, like you said, through their Facebook thing and all that. But I don't think they would mind if on Facebook you put some stuff up, right?
on their band page. I think that's the best way.
Yeah, maybe video yourself, playing some of their music and post it up on Facebook, and
I did
what
that
they
one.
think of that. Yeah, there you go.
Time became the tide. Remember I put that out?
Yeah. Did you put that on their Facebook page too?
No.
See, that's what you should do is show them, hey, I love you guys so much. I did a version of your song. Here, what do you guys think? So yeah, do that.
I'm gonna put that in the message too.
CC is getting funny. He's like, feelings, talking about feelings. Sorry, the meds are kicking in.
Mine are wearing off.
I love you, CC. I know you have some back pain and things going on right now, right? Oh man. All right, you guys, but thanks for coming to the show. Thanks for joining me as always, Janice, having you as my co-hostess with the mostest. And I keep forgetting to do this. I keep forgetting to change this, right? I keep forgetting to add the names and the additional monies and stuff that people have donated to the channel to help me keep this thing running and going. We still haven't used Michael B's $100 gift card at Luke's Lobster yet because they're only open during the weekdays, which is crazy because I think they service the, what do they call it? The financial district there, which is shut down on the weekend, right? So they're right there in the middle of the financial district, and they probably don't get as much, sales to be open on the weekend, or they go fishing on the weekend, I guess. Bottom line is that we can't take advantage of it on the weekend when most of us are more available to go, but we'll try to find a way to make it happen. And don't forget the other show on Thursday nights, the Gear and Demo show. I'm going to continue CC's guitar build. That's going to be a lot of fun. And CC, dude, you rock. I got to send you that PayPal info. By the way, it's in every description, has my PayPal right there. So if you want to donate to the channel, you can donate through PayPal, friends and family preferred. And of course, there's other ways to connect by email. If you have a suggestion for a topic here or whatnot, definitely, shoot me an email with some ideas or whatnot. And after the show, it'll be a little bit later today. I'll put some links into the description that take you to some pages that talk a little bit more about the science of music and loneliness as well. There's some interesting papers, journal. When I say journal, there are like scientific studies, and in those scientific journals, people propose theories about things, and then they try to proof those theories through scientific method, right? And you can see some of that there, so you can see how music helps, and then also how music cannot help, like what we were talking about, how it can raise bad feelings and emotions. You hear that one song that reminds you of a bad time,
Yeah.
but sometimes that's a good thing, because sometimes you gotta sometimes break through that. I had a friend who one time told me that, oh, I don't go to that restaurant anymore because I used to go there with my ex, and I only think of him when I go there. And I says, you know what you got to do
Well, that they
is
might be
go to
showing
that.
up there.
Well,
They may
what
be
you got to
showing up
do
there.
could be, but what I said to her is, what you got to do is go there with some friends and have a good time there with your friends and make a new memory of that place. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to try that. And she did. And it changed. And she's like, that was my favorite place. And now I used to never go again, but now I go all the time because I got new memories there. And there you go. Right. So, yeah, Laz is blinding us with science. Blackjack guitar. You're funny. Right on. So you're very welcome, Ryan. By the way, Ryan did open his bag of swag and mammoth pick and a pedal that I sent him and all this other stuff. He got the Mondo, the bag of swag from Nam and whatnot. And Janice, you're still waiting on yours. Patty Dill, still waiting on hers. She'll get hers too. And William De Silva as well. He'll also get a super extra special package for waiting months. Right? Hobarodi, you're the most rockinest. I get Hobarodi, are you even on here? Are you even on this list up here? My God, I think I got to add you on this list because you're super duper supporter. So I got to add you to that list. Let me remove that for now. But Hobarodi has been adding a lot to the collection of things around here. But we're gonna do some fun things with that, right? So we are going to, hypothesis is the proposal, and theory is after proof, right? Right.
Sound like geometry to me.
Well, geometry is one way, mathematics is one way to prove things, right? But sometimes you have to have evidentiary, the math can help, but
Angle, side angle.
Yeah, you got to take an actual physical thing that you then drew up with math and see if it actually works.
You do the paper, the theory, and
Tim
the
Thomas
proof
is
or something
cracking
like
up.
that.
Tim Thomas is laughing because we can't stop the show. All right, until next time, you guys. Till next time, rock on. Be good to each other, like our friend Ben Coombs always says. And I think he has a special guest on tonight, doesn't he? He's got my friend JJ, House of Jams of Star Zero, on his show tonight. So go check that out. And of course, don't forget Johnny Bean has this ASMR show tonight. Pete Thorne is probably already on or going to be on soon. So go check that out. And if you have nothing else to do, go check out Charles's show with Seth, the Guitar Safari. 5 ways to know whether or not the guitar you're checking out is really meant for you or not. Right.
And that's BLANCMANGE.
Laz's $5 music therapy Sundays donation button in the description. Right? Donate nothing if you don't have it. Don't donate anything if you don't have money to donate, please. Just if you want to help out, that's fine. But I'm doing this out of the love of, it's a labor of love, as they say, right? But everything that someone sends me or something that we can do to make this a more fun show, like I got this from my buddy, my anonymous friend there. That is so cool, dude. It's a silver dollar. It's a silver dollar, so cool. I got to clean this up because it needs a little cleaning on the edge there. But look at the back. Right, the Marines. Right, very, very cool. Thank you very much, buddy. Anyway, until next time, you guys, rock on, be good. And we'll see you. Janice, put up some more music, man. Put it up on YouTube.
It didn't link.
Oh, that's all right. All right. Blamage. I know there's at Blamage, Blamage official. Okay. Yeah. It might not. Yeah. Mind not lying. Okay, until next time, you guys. Thank you for coming. Rock
Figure it
on.
out.
See you
Okay.
later.